Dobar den, Namaste, Jai Dhanvantri. I would like to thank to Dr. Mona Kaushik, the founder of Devam Indo-Bulgarian Society, along with Stella ji, who have given me opportunity to give my presence and my experience about time management during the isolation period. So, as everyone know about what is current happening in this world, this is like the first time incidents that ever happened in the universe where we are being in our home to protect ourselves, not to get affected by this coronavirus. So, I would like to say, if we look behind all the picture of this happening, and if we collect some positive frame, is that we have to think about ourselves. We have to think how we can utilize this time duration when we are in our home in this isolation period. As it said in the Vedas, itadapi gamishyati, this time will move. Time will not remain same. Time itself is a kal, is swayambhu. But what we can do, what is our priority that we can utilize during this period of isolation? As you know, our fundament of Ayurveda is swasthasya swasthya rakshanam aturasya vikar pramashancha. So here, this is a very good time where we can protect ourselves, we can protect our body, we can protect. Here is not only about the body, here is about the combination of body, mind and soul. Already now WHO have finally included in their research that man itself also the cause of the disorder. So here at least I am happy that people now the understanding about the mana. And here we are not used to be sitting in a home. If we see the prospect behind, we were so busy, we were like having our duty, responsibility. We always say, oh, I don't have a time, I don't even have a time to die. But now you see how this Mother Nature totally done everything just opposite. Now we have nothing to do. We have just to protect ourselves in a home. So if we say the word time management during this isolation period, we talk about the whole day. In the day, it divided into three prahar, the three prospect. Like everyone we say is in the English, morning, afternoon, evening. Same thing if we say in Ayurveda is Divante, Madhyante, Nishante. Divante is the morning time, Madhyante is the afternoon time, Nisha in the night, before going to bed, the night time. So if we divided the three time frame, Devante, Madhyante and Nishante, morning, afternoon and night, we have to divide it into three categories. Now next thing, we have to, after the classification of the three categories, we have to see what are the role, what we have to do in this first attempt of the morning, then second attempt of the afternoon, and the third attempt in the evening. So when we say about the time management, here we divided time into the three categories. So morning we have to begin to do with the pranayama, about yoga. We have to begin with some spiritual chanting mantras. If people know meditation, they can do, because end of the day, nobody have ever experienced this isolation period, and there are the various research came that after being this isolation period, lot of people can affected or they may affected with the mental stress. That mental stress in Ayurveda is unmad. Unmad is psychosis, mental stress. So we have to protect our mental level. So for that, there is nothing better than a meditation, pranayama, some spiritual healing. If you know, if you like to do, you have to follow. And that is the bestest time in the morning. That is the morning time. Because when we say Brahma Muhurta is the time before the sunrise, that present energy, the present light that comes in the body, that is also one form of the nectar, where you don't need to eat, where you don't need to swallow, you don't need to drink, and nectar itself comes from the body. That is the Brahma Muhurta. And you can see in our ancient wisdom in Himalayas, when we see and read, many yogis, they do all their spiritual practice, yoga, everything in the Brahma Muhurta. So the Brahma Muhurta in the morning, the best time is for your own yogic practice, for own meditation, for own spiritual work that you know that you are practicing. So that is about the first thing of your morning. Then second things comes about what should be the best breakfast. When we talk about the breakfast, what Ayurveda says, the thing what we eat, it should be not full the hunger. The breakfast should be that give appetite, that give feeling for a good lunch. So always recommend that breakfast should be lighter in nature. So there are the many classification. Many of the patients I had always write that they can have 10 to 15 raisin, 4 or 5 almond, 2 dry figs, little, not like a gram, 1 pinch of curcuma. You can soak overnight in the water and eat in the morning. So when we see all the 3 things, raisin is very good for the circulation, for the protection of heart. There are many research already had explained about the importance of raisin. When we talk about the almonds are very good for your mind, for prana, for pranavata. Then we talk about figs, dry figs. Dry figs have a special property that is very good for the metabolism system to maintain that digestive fire, even the metabolism together. So when we have all the 3 things, we can soak up overnight in the water and eat during the breakfast. It's the best breakfast. Even some people think that, oh, is it enough? If we not see the quantity, but if we see the quality, that is the best thing. Because now in the time of the isolation period, we are not doing any much hard physical things. We are more almost complete day we are in our home. So we have to have our approach should be lighter in the nature that we have to eat. So that is the best breakfast. But a person, those who have a strong digestive pitta, they want to eat more. They can have a good seasonal fruits. They can have a oats. That is very good for the breakfast. And always remember not to have anything heavy that give heaviness to the stomach. So my opinion, that is the best breakfast that you can take in the morning time. But now the second question comes, a person is having diabetic or person have insulin problem, they can avoid the raisin or the figs, but in that case they can take the seeds, they can have a roasted pumpkin seeds, they can have a roasted sunflower seed, they can take the oats. So there will be not any problem. Along with that classification of the breakfast, we can use the smoothies. If I am in India, we have amla. Amla itself is said to be the rasayana that is very good, that gives all the boosters, they have all the vitamin and the single fruit in the universe which have all the 6 tastes. So if we are taking amla in any form, amla in the form of murabba is, they are the boiled and with the sugar, jaggery sugar, they soak in the water and it gives a good potential and immunity power. So people in India take amla on that prospect. Second prospect is very good if you can easily get the chyawanprash. You can take 1 spoon of chyawanprash. Chyawanprash itself prepared from the amla. Second thing, you can make the smoothies like beetroot, carrot, apple, amla, add the little ingredients of the curcuma. So that is very good to have a smoothie you can use in your breakfast. Perfect for your health also, metabolism system also, and for your whole day consumption of your calories, vitamin, power, and everything. So that is about the breakfast. So when you begin your day with a yogic, with your spiritual practice, Then you comes on the prospect of your breakfast. So that is about the breakfast. So second thing about category comes madhyante. When we say madhya, madhya is middle of the day. So when we say the noon, so when we say in Ayurveda, madhyante means in the middle of the time is about the time when our digestive fire that is on the level of the peak. So that is the time when you have your lunch time. And what Ayurveda says, lunch should be like a king, because like as you see in the sun, is in the peak in the midday time. Same, our body digestive fire is on the peak time, and that is about the lunch time. In that time, lunch should be, when we are sitting in a home, it should be not too heavy that can give any feeling of heaviness or gases. So we can have at least one kind of dal. It can be green dal, yellow dal, like what you say is a bob moons or lentils. And here, if we compare the dal and the lentils together, my own suggestion for you is, when you buy the lentils, just 1 spoon of ghee and about 200 grams of lentils you can roast in a plain pan and then keep it stored. So when you roast it in a ghee, the hardness that get diluted, and whenever you cook that lentils, it should be 2-3 hours time duration in the water. So when you cook, it will be very easier, it will be very good taste, and it's very nice, and you can compare or you can make it equivalent to the dal. So, and when we see the importance of dal, it is enriched with protein and it's very good. It should be one part in your lunch, there should be a dal. Second thing, what is most important, what Ayurveda says, Mother Nature itself produces either the vegetable, either the fruits, either whatever is growing, it's to protect that body. So in your second thing, what should be in your a good lunch after the dal is a seasonal vegetable. Either you should have in the form of cooked, boiled or steamed. So the best, if you see in your season, if you have a spinach, if you have cauliflower, if you have a broccoli, if you have what we say is in Bulgaria, this beans, fresh beans, they are very good. You can have a mixed vegetables, seasonal vegetables. So you can either cooked in a form of steamed, boiled, or having the roasted. That is the second thing which should be good in your lunch. Third thing is coming, either the brown rice, basmati rice, or one bowl is enough in your meal, along with a piece of a slice of a bread or a chapati. They should be get like a toast, not in a raw form. So it's a very good, and people, I know there are a lot of people, they are fond of the salad. So there is no wrong to take salad in the lunch time, because a lot of people are taking salad in the dinner time. For every prospect, for every physiology, it's not good to have salad in the night. So even lunch time, in an adequate amount, in a normal way, salad is very good in the lunch time. So you can have a very lighter lunch, because this time there is no any physical movement in the body. We are staying in a home, and the best way after having the lunch, you can have a good lassi. Lassi is like a kyselino milk, what you say in Bulgaria, it's like a diluted form of yogurt. That is very good, because lassi have a property of natural enzymes. They work to digest the food. It's work the same as like a Yakult, when we say, or natural enzymes people are more using in a lunch time. So this enzymes is often found in the lassi, and it's very good to take in the lunch time, not dinner time, because lunch is heavy and you need some support to have a good digestion period. So that is about how you can classify your lunchtime. Those people who likes to consume the meat, my opinion, when you have not so much physical work, but if you are doing in your home some weightlifting and you are used to eat a non-veg or a meat, and you doing your small light gym in your home or doing some strong heavy exercises, in that case you can use in your lunch a little amount of chicken, or you can use a lamb or a goat or form of soup. But the red meat, heavy meat, pork, that really not good in the time of isolation period, because your body is not in the momentum of moving. Your body is all the time in the home. So here we have always very much in focus about the lunch time. And now when we say evening time, those who likes to have the fruit is best to eat before sunset time. So all the seasonal fruits, if you like, with little black pepper, black salt or Himalayan salt, you can have one bowl. You can eat during 4 or 5 o'clock period. So that is the best thing. You can take the intake of the fruit in the evening time. Now the third thing comes about the dinner. So how should be our dinner? The dinner should be so lighter in nature, and I believe when we are having in the isolation period, best to take dinner maximum 7:30. So now question comes, what should be the best in the dinner? So dinner should be so much lighter. My own opinion, in the isolation period, there is no need to take a bread, no need to take a chapati, no need to take a rice. The best thing you can take in a dinner is a soup. You can take a khichdi. There are the variety of soups you can prepare. You can make a pumpkin soup, you can make a beetroot soup, you can make a dal in the form of soup, you can make some mixed vegetable soup, you can take a tomato soup, you can take a mixed vegetable with a seasonal vegetable soups. So every day, if we are dividing 7 days, we can have a 7 different variety of soups we can prepare in our dinner time. So in that way, dinner is very light in nature and easily good for digestion period, and there will be no any problem. And you can take what I told you about the different variety of the soups. Every day you can prepare the different things. Now there's a third thing, what I always said in the daily routine about my patients, my clients, my friends, in my various lecture, that before going to bed, like all the world is saying the one thing, increase your immunity, potential power. So when we say potential power or immunity, what we can do, when we say there's a term called golden milk. Golden milk is a term where we are having a milk that is boiled with a turmeric. Turmeric is a curcuma, and curcuma having a property of curcumin that is called anti-analgesic, antiseptic, antipyretic. Even analgesic means good for pain, and also it's called in Ayurveda queen of herbs, because more than 100 of the disorder that can be cured and that can be controlled by taking intake of the curcuma, intake of the turmeric. So golden milk is one of the best thing that is very good for your increasing immunity power, potential power. And when we talk about golden milk here, raw milk can be harmful. Raw milk can be allergic. There are many people have the mentality that, oh, I don't drink milk, milk is giving me allergy. But it's not correct, because we are not using the milk on the proper way. Because when we are bringing the milk either from a farm, either from the supermarket or the milk, it should always to be boiled. And every time when we are using the milk, every time when we are using the milk in a tea, coffee, or even in preparing the golden milk, it should be boiled every time. So when it's get boiled, automatically after a certain level, all the enzymes or the bacteria they get killed. So it should always, whenever you use the milk, it should be boiled. Now the things comes, how should be our golden milk? What will be the formulation for our golden milk? So the formulation for our golden milk is we can use curcuma, milk, cardamom. We can use curcuma, milk, ginger. We can use milk and curcuma only. We can use also cinnamon, because when we pick the single things like the properties, the properties of the cardamom property is about calming in nature, smoothing the pitta, giving a good sleep, having balance the temperament, it gives less stress. So cardamom is very good. So even the person who have very specifying or very high pitta doshas, they can use curcuma, cardamom and milk together, and it's very good for their golden milk formula. Second formula comes about milk with ginger. Those who have a kapha problem, means problem which they can easily get cough, cold, sinus, sinusitis. For them, milk, curcuma and ginger is like a nectar, but it's not working for in a single day. That is the practice that should be used in your daily routine for one season to another season to next season, but in the daily ways. And you can see even in 1 month how miraculously it responds the good result for those people having bronchitis, asthma, cough allergy, sinusitis. For them, that the golden milk, the formulation of their golden milk is milk, fresh ginger, curcuma, cinnamon. They all boil together like 1 flow, 2 flow, then let it less warmer and drink before sleep. So here is about that golden milk. But there are, like Ayurveda says, every physiology, every prakriti is not the same. And even there are many people, they don't like milk, even they have completely their mind set up that no, I will not drink the milk. Even in that case, I suggest them they can have almond milk. But when we using the natural milk, you can't boil them, but yes, we can warm them. So you can use in their proportion, or in that case you can use almond milk. It should be little warm with curcuma, and you can apply and use, drink before sleep. Here when we talk about the golden milk in Ayurveda, already it's mentioned in the slokas, Nishante cha paviduktam. So it's a nectar. If you're drinking the milk, a golden milk, a warm milk before sleep, it's good for that digestive fire which is very low in the night. It gives strength to that digestive fire. One, it's good for giving a good calm sleep, for maintaining that pranavata in a normal way, for having a good sleep. So golden milk have own property, and many of people they are already doing in their way. So when I was classifying the 3 categories of the day, Divanti the morning time, Madhyanti the lunch time, and Nishanti the evening to the night time, before sleep time. So that was the thing which I was explaining in terms of a basic thing about your food, what we can take, what we can eat. Now question comes, some other things in that our time management, what we can do. There's the second thing is coming about self massage. Self massage, when we say, is about Swam Abhyanga, means you can have a self massage by yourself. And what it's the word self massage, when we say what we can get by self massage. But if we think again on the long way process, it's really good. It's good for circulation, it's good for anti-aging, it's good for your muscles, it's good for toned up of your muscle cell, it's good for your pain, it's good for relaxation, it's good for your stress. So I believe this is the best time. Before I was saying, oh, you are man, you are male, you don't do the self massage daily, but this is the time, even either the male, either the female, even for the children, when we are in the time of isolation period in the home, we should have to have minimum 10 to 15 minutes self massage. Now question comes, you don't need to go for anywhere to search for a good oil or branded oil that you can use. You can prepare your own self massage oil. You can use either the sesame oil, you can use the olive oil, you can use a coconut oil. They are the three basics in terms of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. And in that you can add, depend upon your physiology, you can add aroma oils like jasmine, sandal, lavender, so you can mix together and can apply 10 to 15 from up to down, not the zigzag position. So when you are doing the self massage, usually in Ayurveda it said before shower, and shower it comes in the morning time. But now the situation is different in Europe. People take shower before night time. So if you are not taking a shower in the daytime, taking a shower in the night time, there is no any problem. But the main concern is there should be a self massage before shower about 10 to 15 minutes. I am explaining you, people are doing so much big things, but we are forgetting about our basics. This is the best time we can again move ourselves, we can put it ourselves in that frame of the basic movement. So in that basic movement, very good to have every day 10 to 15 minutes self massage, that we can say a self abhyanga. Now here there are some basic thing we have to apply, we have to see what we can do. So when you have to check in your kitchen about some kitchen spices, they have really a magic effect on the body. When we talk about cumin works for all the three doshas. The magic in coriander, magic in fennel. So the property, when we talk about cumin is very good for vata, cumin is very good for digestion. So you can use cumin in your cooking. When we use asafoetida is also very good for the vata dosha, some like gastritis, heaviness in the stomach, even the stomach ache also very good to use asafoetida, that we call in India hing. So what we have to do, a very minor quantity like 1 gram for your curry is enough. It should be cooked, it should be used in curry. So when you are using, it will not let your stomach to have gases or heaviness. So in the kitchen, if we talk about the 5 basic kitchen spices, cumin, coriander, asafoetida, fennel, and Himalayan salt and curcuma. So here, salt, curcuma, they are the basics. So when we are talking other 5, cumin, coriander, asafoetida, fennel, so that you can use in your kitchen. It should be in your kitchen and you can use in your cooking. That is very good for, again, to maintain that metabolism system, to maintain your body, not to have the issues that can easily happen in sitting home, like heaviness in stomach, having gastritis, having bumps coming out. So it can be protected by all those kitchen spices. Now third thing coming, I was telling the fifth what was missing is basilica. So when we see the basilica have property about to increase the immune system. So if you are using in your green tea, you can add basilica. You can make even your own tea with the jasmine, basilica, curcuma, ginger. You can have a good boiling and then add lemon and honey. A perfect herbal tea that is boosting your immune system. So you take 1 or 2 cups of the tea in the daily basis is perfect. Now when we talk about how to maintain that immune system, in the basics Ayurveda way. Here I was talking about the food, I was talking about the kitchen spices, I was talking about the breakfast, what should be the lighter. Now when we talk about some basics rasayana, so when we say in the rasayana, what easily you can find in Europe to intake for your potential power, immunity power, remember the one very important is amla, that called roseberry, Indian berry. So there in the whole Europe now it's not so big thing that you can't find amla. They're in the form of tablet, they're in the form of powder, they're in the form of the juice. Any form. I was telling about rasayana amla. So amla have the property for immune system. Amla itself, a rasayana, either you are taking in the form of tablet, powder, juice, it's giving a miracle effect. It's working as an immune system, immune booster, and contain all the vitamin B, C, D, and it's really very good. And you can easily find in any part of Europe. Same when we talk the second rasayana, the second house which is easily found and it's very good for immune system. After amla comes your ashwagandha. Ashwagandha have a property that work as a medu rasayana. Also, it's a very good for the nervine system. So you often seen when we are sitting in home, even about have the mental balance, about stress, many people are not used to sit in the home. In that case, if they are taking the ashwagandha, either in the powder form, either in the tablet form, any form, it's very good for nervine system. And also it is the rasayana, very good as an energy booster, and it's very common. So you can take ashwagandha either in the morning or night time, there will be no any problem. Third thing coming is about haritki. Haritki is very good for all the three doshas. After lunch and dinner, you can have one a coffee spoon powder. If it's you have a haritki tablet, you can take. That is again the third rasayana. That is very very good for immune system. That is very good for your all the very good for all the three doshas. Then after that, fourth thing which is coming is Brahmi. Brahmi also again one of the best herbs for your pranavata. Also, its work as a rasayana again for a med rasayana, and everyone can take a one coffee spoon, a powder form before sleep, or in the tablet form 2 tablets. It is very good to take a Brahmi in the night, so it gives calmness. It will make your pranavata balance. So Brahmi again a very good herbs, very commonly you can use in your daily ways during the time of isolation period, because I know people don't have a patience, the temperament level, it's like a testing time of temperament level, how long we can avoid this situation, how long we can protect ourselves not to get infected. So in that, these are the herbs which you can get commonly, easily in your nearby stores, in the market. Also, if you get easily Chyawanprash, again the base of Chyawanprash coming from Amla, and there are about more than 54 kinds of natural herbs. They work for the energy booster, to protect the body, to work for protection, also for increasing the immunity power, to give strength for the muscular system. Even it works to give longevity also, anti-aging also. So you can able to take a 1 spoon of Chyawanprash either morning or night before sleep, or you can able to take only in the morning time. It's very good for the immune system. So these are the things, very simple, that you can follow up in your home during this isolation period. But here the best thing is about, don't forget that this is the time we can spend, we can balance our harmony with our children, with our family, with our parents, with our wife. Because before we were so busy, we don't have a time for our children, We don't have a time for giving our time in home. We always say we are so busy. But here, one side of the prospect of eating, yoga, spiritual practice, herbs, meditation, but the biggest side is about happiness, the spontaneous happiness, harmony, that happiness. This is the time, if something, I'm not saying you are not taking care of your family or children, but I'm saying we can do more best to take care of them, because this is the time we can spend time with our loved ones, with our children, with our family members, where we can exchange our good positive vibes about our thoughts. We can exchange about good things, share their experience that can come and that can count to maintain that harmony. Like Maharshi Ji had said, we have to do, we have to build, we have to create this society free of disorder. We have to do some level of practice that brings harmony, that brings peace, that brings happiness, health, wealth for the society. So in the end, I would like to say, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhna, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Paschandi, Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhag Bhaved. So I wish may all attain great health, wealth, prosperity, wisdom and peace. Namaste.